Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of the East Rand Podcast Files. Thank you very much for joining us. And today on the show, we have a special trailblazer by the name of Amanda, affectionately known as Mnisi Sokanyile. She is a founder and executive director of Oyisa, which is an NPO organization empowering and uplifting women. Sis Mendi, thank you for joining us on the East Rand Podcast Files, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me over.
You're welcome, my sister. Now, before we talk about Oyisa, let's start from the beginning, like we often do here on the East Rand Podcast Files. Can you briefly explain to us who is Mnisi Sokanyile and where are you from?
Amanda Sokanyile is a vibrant young woman who believes she was given the gift of giving and wants to assist other young women establish their vibrancy and their just wanting to help other people see their potential and live up to what they're meant or born to do in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in your brief description about yourself, you mentioned that you were raised in a children's home.
Yes.
How did that happen?
My mother passed. I used to live with my mom and my 3 siblings, and then she passed away. And then.
And when was that?
I was in grade 5, grade 6. Somewhere I was 12 when she passed away. So she passed away, and then we were forced to live in a place of safety because it was just 3 young kids, obviously underage. We can't be living by ourselves,
Yes.
So then we were put into a place of safety. From a place of safety that we stayed at for about a year.
Okay.
And then after a year, you have to go into a children's home or something like that. I think you have to go, but then we were placed into a children's home after where I lived until I graduated.
Now, tell us about that experience. I mean, as young as you are, having to go to live in such a place, and then it's, you have your siblings, your mother is not there, new people, and still trying to adapt as young as you are. How was it like for you?
Before we left, my mom's best friend told us we're going to a place like Tracy Beaker. There's this show called Tracy Beaker about a group home, obviously. But then we loved it so much, so she made it seem like we're going to a place where we're going to find love.
Okay.
She didn't, which was true because we did find a lot of love and people took care of us. We were able to eat every day. We were able to go to school.
Yes.
And it wasn't family, but it was people like me who are trying to help other people because they know that not everybody has the same sort of family,
Absolutely,
So it was difficult to adjust, but because she told us we're going to a place like Tracy Beaker, our minds already thought, you know what, why not just make it be like Tracy Beaker as soon as we got there?
Yes.
So we lived like Tracy Beaker for a bit, actually. And it was a small number of kids.
Okay.
I think it was 2 other families. So it was me, my sister, and my brother, and then another girl with her small brother, and then another family that also had 3 kids.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a large group. It was just, like a normal place.
And where was this place? Where in Johannesburg was it?
Yenzani is in Midrand. That was the first place of safety that we went to.
Okay.
And then after Yenzani, the year we moved to John Wesley, which is in Kempton Park, where I'm living right now.
All right. And what were the challenges you faced as a child living in a place like that?
For me, I just wanted to be normal. Like have sleepovers. They didn't allow sleepovers, obviously. You can't just have like strangers coming over, I really wanted sleepovers, and I wanted the freedom of, I just wanted to be like a normal kid,
Yes.
or what I assumed was normal, like have parents, have somebody to say if something
Yes.
happens,
Yes.
Ngizokupayisa type vibe,
Yes.
I didn't have umuntu ukuthi ngizokupayisa,
Yes.
because yeah, that's what I wanted. So that was a challenge for me. Another challenge, I would say.
And what about your siblings? Were they comfortable? Did they adjust to the situation?
I would like to think they did because we made it out, like alive and contained.
Okay.
But obviously there's some scars that were left and all of that. But because we're so close, we're always together, and we've got this closeness. It helped actually. So yeah, I would say they made it. There's challenges. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's challenges
yeah.
and
But I think the biggest challenge, I think for my older brother especially, is like he wanted to be a dad now. You know, he felt like he needed to be my
Yes,
father
yes,
type
yes.
thing, which
As young as he was.
as young as he was, he felt he took like very good care of us. Like,
Yes.
but I think
And then, as you were growing up, I'm sure you even attended school.
I did.
And how were your high school days? Because lapho I'm sure musoqala ukuhlakanipha,
High school days, I was a smart, naughty child. like, like I said, I wanted to be normal, you know, like
Okay.
I wanted to be out on weekends with my friends, you know, go sleep over.
Yes, yes.
And when I first moved into the home, some of the girls made it seem like you mustn't tell anybody that you're from a home, you know. So I was like, okay, I didn't understand why, but I just went along because that's what do as they do in Rome. So I was doing what they did in Rome.
Yes, yes.
And in order to sleep over, you have to sign an indemnity form. So the parent that is going to take you in needs to sign an indemnity form. So for me, it felt like I'm putting pressure on my friends' parents, you know, because now there's like legal documents.
Yes.
And like a normal sleepover, you just call your mom, look, no, I'm going to sleep over at
Absolutely.
Sarah's house or somebody's house, you know. But just small tiny things that I would think would be tedious for the other person. So I learned how to hold myself back a lot instead of asking for too much. But that is changing.
And what were your, you know, your dreams, your aspirations? Into most Thabang, you know what, when I grow up, I want to become this person to the world.
When I grow
But
up,
Dumani
I wanted to build a children's home, actually.
Oh,
Funny
yes.
enough. I'm
Oh,
like,
yes.
I'm going to build one where it's normal. But now that I've grown up, I realize you can't build one that's normal. There's like legal things happening.
What are those things, just briefly?
It's one of those, I'm under the state's parenting, whatever, I
Okay.
guess. So they're
Okay.
taking care of me. And they didn't give birth to me, but I'm also a human. So there's things like,
Yes.
I can't just go anywhere I want. If anything happens to me, who's gonna be liable?
Oh,
you
yes,
know,
yes.
it's more stricter than when you have like a normal house
Yes,
to go to,
absolutely.
because the state people are gonna need to know where I am. You know,
yes, yes.
The taxpayers need to know where the money is
yes,
going at the end of the month.
So you have to report about your every move.
Everywhere, like before I leave the house, there was a Soweto. It was written Soweto, but it's Soweto, so we'd pronounce it as
Oh,
Soweto.
Soweto, okay.
Yeah, so you'd sign your name, the time you're leaving.
Ukuthi uyaphi.
Yeah, when you come back, you write down the time that you came back. Everything is documented. Like we need documents for everything, and I hated that with my life. Like,
Yes, I mean, I can imagine.
yeah,
Yes.
it was a tedious thing.
Especially as a child growing up, you know, having to go through those processes.
Seeing how other kids, they don't need to do that. They just make a phone call and everything is fine. Now you have to meet the parents. It was horrible.
And then how was life after high school, after matric, I would say?
I was very fortunate. I met great people in high school, like good friends. I was fortunate not to get into the wrong crowd, not to fall pregnant. There's so many things. Like some of the girls that I live with, I wouldn't say they're doing well right now, which also contributed to me starting the foundation to
yes.
These people are like my sisters, but as keep man, like,
Oh, yeah.
what can I do to assist?
Yes.
Not them per se. I try to assist them, yes, I do, but like for the people that are there now,
Yes.
so that they can see what you don't have to succumb to your environment.
Oh,
You know,
yes,
you can literally be anything you want to be.
Yes.
And yeah.
Now let's talk about Oyisa.
Yeah.
How was it formed, and who was by your side when you formed it? Because you did say that it's something that you always thought about. That
Yeah.
you know what, when I grow up, I want to make a change.
Yeah.
You know, so that people can live in better conditions. So how was your Oyisa formed?
Before I started Oyisa, I was employed at a government department,
Okay.
which was, you know, doing the same thing every day. Ne? Yes, we're helping people, yes, but I felt like I wasn't helping anyone. As much as I'm working for the department, I'm supposed to feel like I'm helping someone. I didn't feel like I was directly helping anyone. So I decided that I no longer want to go
How
back
was the
to
job?
work.
How was the why not more enjoying? How was
Being
the job?
enjoy, and the problem is, when you're not doing something that you want to do, everything just seems like a routine. We're doing the same thing over and over again. I wasn't challenged much. There was no room for growth unless you know the people up there or you're touching somebody up there. So
Yes.
it's just, I didn't like the environment. So one day I decided I'm not going to work anymore. And I think that's when I started. My sister was there.
And before you decided to go to Ayegela Labo, so 7 is
About 5-6 years.
Okay.
Ne? 5-6 years from 2013 until 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
left.
in 2018, you said, you know what? No.
No, I don't want this. I literally woke up one morning and I'm like, no, I'm not going.
Is it?
And I didn't go back.
Kanjalo nje.
I decided that no, this is
Were
whatever happens.
you already planning? Were
Or,
there
no,
preparations?
it was in the
for
back of
Oyisa?
my head.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't something. I knew I was gonna do it. I just thought I was gonna do it when I'm rich and famous. I didn't think I would have to start from scratch
Oh,
and
yes,
do
yes,
everything
yes.
myself.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna do it myself, but with money at the time. I thought that was my initial plan. But I'm like, ish, I'm wasting time waiting to be a millionaire. Why don't I start now?
Absolutely.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, the future is now.
Yeah. So
Yes.
when I left, I started working with another organization just to get experience, or just to see how the NPO works. I worked with Voice It in Action for a bit, for about 6 months. I did a few projects with them. I assisted.
And I'm sure
with-
you were enjoying everything now.
You must ask my sister. I've never worked that hard ever for anything. I would take calls in the morning.
Yes.
I did a lot. I was enjoying every second
I
of
can
it.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Then I thought, I started doing too much work for them, and I forgot about my project, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me stop. You guys, you've already got your momentum. Let me start something as well.
Which
so
is
let me,
now.
yeah. Then I
Then wow.
started Oyisa.
You are a trailblazer for sure. Can you explain to us what's the meaning of Oyisa?
Oyisa is my cousin's name. Her name is Oyisa. Ne?
Okay.
She's very. How do I explain my cousin? She's one of my favorite people in the world. She's very naughty. So Oyisa means to conquer, ne?
Okay.
And I feel like that's what I want the girls to do. I want them to conquer. I want them to be Oyisa. I want them to be smart about life.
I think that's the thing with girls, or women. It's that they are vulnerable, and sometimes they need to hear from a woman, someone like you, or something like this when you tell them. And I think it goes way deep because you have been there, So I really admire what you say, that they need to conquer.
They need to. And
Yes.
to add to say, Guti, I was somewhere where, it's so much easier to listen to somebody that's been through something that you've been at. Because we used to have countless volunteers, people that come from Lani places, they take us to all these nice places. And then you're like, you guys don't understand what it's actually like to be in this position, So I thought, let me be the person to
Oh,
say,
yes,
listen, I was
yes,
exactly where you were.
exactly,
You
yes.
don't have to stay where you
Yes,
are. You can,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, based on your personal experiences, being a black woman in a masculine society, growing up in a children's home as a young girl, etc., what do you think are the main causes of gender inequality or gender-based violence? I know you may not have the answer, but based on your personal experiences.
I have a theory.
Yes.
I feel like everything works hand in hand. There is no tree that just grows by itself without everything. It's a life cycle, as they say. So everything is a cycle. So gender inequality has been a cycle for so many years, where we think it's natural. Masculinity is a natural thing. Even in the shows that we watch, the way they advertise to us, it's everything.
The way they portray women.
Yeah, the way they portray, even the way we see ourselves. Because if something is in your face 24/7, you're gonna start believing it. If that's all you're seeing. So.
But now, how can young girls who are watching right now, how can how can they defend themselves, for lack of a better word, from such?
You can't defend yourself. I just think men need to stop being them. I feel like we are not the problem, so I can't give you an answer for something that I'm not doing. I'm not a perpetrator. You don't see me abusing little girls or anything. So my theory is, as much as everything works hand in hand, I feel like men are selfish. They don't want to take accountability, number one, for the fact that as much as you're a good guy, yes, we see that you're a good guy, but then you're not stopping your friend who's abusive and next door. You are not, you're telling the girl next door to say Gucci her skirt is too short. You are also contributing to the problem. As much as you're not the one that's going out and actually raping the people, the things that you say and do contribute.
But this is the thing, I'm a guy, and sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes when you guys wear short skirts or revealing stuff, sometimes it's Thabang ukuthi niyasikhombisa.
Kuyashisa, ngigqokeni i-tracksuit.
But if it's something it's revealing and it's in a
It's
sexual
hot.
way.
You want me to wear a tracksuit?
No,
you
I'm
guys
not
are
saying
fine
wear.
to wear Gucci. You can go in your t-shirts, right? Now I must be confined, be uncomfortable the whole day to make you comfortable. That's my thing.
So you and ukuthi sinibone and
No.
just because kuyashisa
And
and you need to
I
be
want to be
comfortable.
comfortable. Why must I compromise me being comfortable for your growing? I don't understand.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
so that one is never lit to me. You can't bring me that one. No.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense, because two different worlds. I'm from the male side, and
That's another thing. I feel like people are not having the conversations. They're picking and choosing what they wanna talk about.
Yes.
And they're picking and choosing. They're good. They're not talking about. As soon as it's something that you've done, maybe personally, you don't wanna talk about that subject anymore. It's like ish. You see, like even now when I explain the fact Guti Gyashisa, you see, you probably didn't see it from our end. Guti, it's hot. You can't force me to wear
absolutely yes.
into Eshisayo.
But sometimes in Isgoga no makbanda.
It's fashion. I also want to look good. Like, why
Okay.
mustn't I look good? Like, you guys are allowed to do that. You see how you guys have got so many privileges that you don't even see with something as small as your choice of clothing. You get to wear anything that you want to wear. Maramina, let me wear a shorts. It's yo.
Now, do you think all men are trash?
I was reading this book there, Think and Grow Rich, and it keeps talking about how your subconscious mind.
What's the name of the book again?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow
Napoleon
Rich.
Hill.
Okay.
And it keeps talking about the subconscious mind and how we live off the subconscious mind. We don't live like now we are, but subconsciously
Yes,
we're
yes.
living what we think about all the time.
Absolutely. Yes.
So this concept of men and trash irritates me because I've seen my friends personally do it. Yeah, men are trash. Telling little kids Uguti men are trash. Now she's growing up thinking Uguti men are trash.
Yes.
The little boy that's next to him is also, yeah, men are actually trash. So let me be trash.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't like the concept of men are trash. I would like to. I wish there was another thing to say.
Yes.
I don't have another thing to say or how to describe. They are trash. There's a lot of trashy men, yes, but I don't like the hashtag. I feel like it should be eliminated completely because we're forgetting, as much as yes, men have hurt us, but we're forgetting about the generation that we are raising.
Absolutely. Spot
and
on.
how
Yes.
the future is going to be. So if we really are living for the future and for the betterment of our future, why don't you think about the kids all the time?
And it starts from an early
From a young age. That's when all
Absolutely.
the information comes in. I've
Absolutely.
honestly seen a lot of my female friends telling young kids, Uguti men are trash. Yeah, you are trash. Imagine telling a young boy, Uguti, yeah, your kind is trash. Obviously, I'm going to grow up and be trash,
Yes.
That's what I was told. I was told Uguti I was trash. Why not just live up to my...
Ngizonikombisa ukuthi I'm trash.
Yeah.
And with boys you have to be careful because mabathi into bazoyenza,
But
they're going to do it.
So I don't like the whole men are trash sentiment. I wish it could change. I honestly, the same concept of, oh no, what's this? I was listening to Lupe Fiasco. There's this.
Oh, so you listen to hip hop?
I tell my sister I listen to gangster rap.
Wow. Okay.
I love hip hop.
That's what's
as
up.
much as they say it's a masculine, it's patriarchy
Oh
type
yes,
thing.
yes, yeah.
I feel like if you're really listening to the lyrics, and I've decided myself what I'm gonna take and I'm gonna pick and choose what I wanna listen
Absolutely,
to. As
yes.
well. So Ulupe has got Are you gonna blow me out? Are you gonna put me out?
No,
Then
go ahead
can I
and
say,
talk.
okay,
Yeah,
it's
go
Bitch
ahead and
Bad.
talk.
The
Yes.
song is Bitch Bad. So it's a
Oh,
story.
that's you say that's the name of
The
the song,
song,
Yaga
yeah,
Lupe.
Lupe Fiasco, Bitch
Okay.
Bag. So he's talking about he's doing it in the other way. Which when yeah, I'm that bitch. You telling a girl I'm that bitch. I'm a bitch. And all of that. And then the little boy is also hearing that song, right? Now he's gonna treat that girl that's singing bitch bad.
Oh yes,
woman.
yes.
So he's gonna start treating her like
Oh
that because now
yes.
you're singing it so confidently. So
Yes.
it's the same.
And then now he's observing at a tender age.
Yeah,
Yes.
listening to all of that. So that also contributed to my men are trash sentiment to say, actually, Lupe was actually right. If you're telling them from a young age, Uguti, they're bitches and they're trash, who do you think you're going to be living with in 20 years? Bitches and trashy
Oh
men.
yes.
That's what we're going to have. So
Oh yes. Now besides Lupe, who else do you listen to in
my
hip
favorite
hop?
artist is Eminem. I
Eh,
love.
oh, you like Eminem?
I love Eminem. I love how he writes. He's a good writer, and then I like Rhapsody. I like
Rhapsody as well.
yeah.
Oh my
I love
word! I'm a big
Rhapsody.
fan of hers as well.
Is it?
Yes.
Layla's Wisdom was amazing. That's my
Yes,
favorite
yes, where
album.
she sings, she raps about her grandmother. Oh
Yeah.
yes, I have
So,
that album as well.
so it's great. I love
Wow,
hip hop.
quite interesting. Now tell us how has Oyisa been received publicly since you started it?
Since I started,
How has the response been like?
I'm going into. I turned one, like registration wise, in
Oh yes,
Feb.
that's what's
So
up.
I'm over a year now. I'm so
That's what's
excited.
up. That's what's up.
My friends have been the most receptive. I do a lot of donation drives that do great things. I have different programs, PlayStations,
Oh yes.
Xbox tournaments.
Oh yes, yes.
It's doing well. It's just that the problem, obviously, resources is it hinders
The progress.
the progress and your productivity if you're unable to go to maybe Guatemala or something.
Oh yes, yeah.
Obviously, I can't go and help that side because I can't afford to maybe go there, or
Absolutely, yes.
there's no car for the day or something like that. I won't be able to help. There's some things that I would like to do with the girls, but because I'm not yet there financially,
Oh yes,
it kind of limits what I can do.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that doesn't say I shouldn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
I remember I was telling my sister just a few days ago, I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing much because,
Why?
you know, when your demons just start talking to you, ne? Like something's trying to make you give up. So I was telling her, like, I don't feel like I'm doing much. Like, Amanda, do you know how many donation drives we've actually had since you've started? It's so difficult to get people to do things, Do you know how many people you've actually helped? Even those clothes for the kids, it's like, well, who else was going to give them to you had you not done it,
Oh yes, yeah, yeah.
So she helps me a lot to see my progress.
Yes, yeah. But I think when they point elibalulekile lapho.
Ne?
Yeah.
It
That's
really
very
is.
powerful right there.
I appreciate my family. They do the most. They're like my slaves when it comes to Oyisa. When I say
Oh
I'm doing
yeah.
something Oyisa,
Oh
guys,
yes, they
listen.
know.
Yeah,
Everything stops.
they need to assist me. If I need to pay for compliance things, then I come to the guys. It's for Oyisa,
It's Oyisa time.
and they're really supportive. Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell us about hashtag Play for Change.
Play for change. PlayStation. We're talking about what your point of view is about GBV and
Oh
gender
yes,
inequality.
yes, yeah.
And like I said, I feel like men should be the ones having this conversation, but they're
Yes,
not having.
absolutely. Which is what I picked up on your programs there. That
Yeah.
hashtag Play for Change includes young boys.
Young boys,
And I was
that one-
very impressed about that.
They're the ones that need to learn, Nuguti. You don't touch a girl,
Yes.
when she doesn't want to be touched and
Yes.
all of that. And the problem is with the young people, they want to be cool, So it's difficult to reach young people because they're not going to come to your marches or your walks. They're not going to start conversations about Danje. So I thought,
Absolutely, yeah.
why not bring the conversation to them with something that they're going to be doing anyway, So Play for Change was initially started for sustainability for Oyisa because I needed to bring funds in.
Okay.
So I thought, guys, you play PlayStation every day, You guys bet on it. You you just like PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, why not play for change? You're gonna be doing it anyway. Why not contribute to
And
something?
play for change.
Play for change.
Absolutely.
So you can either directly or indirectly contribute by having conversations. When I was doing the initiative at there's a
Social
place.
market.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
We had, for a game, is 10 rand to play one game.
Okay.
And that 10 rand goes to the organization. So it would be maybe to buy pads or to go somewhere else with that. So it was
yes. Just back to the organization.
Yeah, I initially started it for sustainability, and then I thought, no, I can actually stretch this a bit more.
Okay.
Then I thought, why not have a tournament, a PlayStation tournament? But I keep running with ideas around it.
Yes.
Where you get to donate a certain amount and be able to play for maybe a PlayStation. I'm still waiting to get a PlayStation. It's the hardest thing to do right now. Like, it's gold. It's the hardest thing to attain. So, yeah.
On a brief description about hashtag Play for Change, you mentioned that various types of data will be collected through this project, which will assist the relevant stakeholders in developing evidence-based responses and community development strategies. Can you tell us more about that? The data that will be collected. Yes.
You can't do anything without knowing what you're doing, you know. So it's one of these, people want to know how many people know. You know, you find some people don't even know what GBV stands for. Number one,
that's true.
You know, so it's things like that. You need to collect data in order to, a town planner goes and then looks at the place, they take measurements before they start.
So that's collecting data.
Yes, so I want to know how much you know about the problem.
Oh yes, yeah.
How much of the problem is in your area.
Oh, yes.
What you think solutions should be, because I can't think of all the solutions new, and we actually need everybody to contribute.
And that would sort of like guide you in the right direction.
And it also, when I say stakeholders, it also helps the people that I'm going to for funding. And I'm like, this is the information that I have. These are the solutions that I might provide you from the information that I have. It also helps stakeholders, funders, and all of that.
Absolutely,
also
because
assist.
they are also a part of.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, how can other young, neglected, abused, and vulnerable women and girls within the East Rand reach out to Oyisa?
To Oyisa.
Do people come to you, or do you?
Right now, I am going to people. So I've got designated homes. So one of them is being the one that I went to.
Okay.
And then we had a sister one just a few blocks away. And I recently found a life link. It's just down the road where you're able, if you're a young mother maybe, or you don't want a child anymore or something, or you're pregnant and you're alone, you don't know what to do.
Yes.
There's a life link. I also found those people. So I go to organizations, because what I saw is people want to help, but they don't know where to help and how to help. So it was also another, I think I'm using it as a bridge where my friends want to assist, let's say. They don't know of homes, or they don't know of the people that need help, but I know, so I normally go to the people that need help, then I go to my friends, and then we work together and find, So right now I'm going to them. I'm not letting people come to me.
Right, okay. I think you made it clear right there.
Yeah.
Now, on a lighter note, what do you do to relax and unwind? Because you're so busy, hey, all these stresses, I'm not saying in Dembi, but sometimes you need to just, sit back, relax, and listen to your Eminem, your Lupe Fiasco.
I watch a lot of TV, I listen to music, I like comedies.
Okay.
I think I'm one of the most funny people in the world. I'm so hilarious. I tell myself I'm hilarious all the time. My sister disagrees, but I think I'm hilarious. I annoy my siblings.
Yes.
I try to do positive things to keep my mind active, and I try not to, I don't watch horror movies and movies that make me cry sometimes. If it's not a feel-good movie, I need food, because I already see how much the world is So I relax by watching feel-good things,
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hang out with friends, just normal stuff.
All right. Can you talk to the potential sponsors or funders out there, people who might be watching? Like you said that, people sometimes they do want to help, but because in isikhathi abazi ukuthi benze kanjani. Can you talk to the people who are watching who might, bring
Well,
assistance?
so the people that want to help, if you believe in social change and you feel like people are able to contribute to the development of a country, which I feel it's everybody's right and responsibility to contribute to the development of where you're living. Please support Oyisa. We are doing great things. We are building young women's confidence. We are building their self-esteem. We are rehabilitating their traumas, and we're trying to bring young women who are sure of themselves, who know what they want, and who are not going to be susceptible to men taking advantage of them, that are going to be, so as much as I hate the fact that we have to take care of ourselves in order not to be raped when, but you're going to contribute to one person. If you don't save one person, I don't know what you want to do.
Absolutely, yes.
Like, you can always help one person. If you just save one life, that one life can save 7 million lives.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And it goes a long way.
it goes a long way. Just
Yeah.
one.
And how can they find you on social media?
On social media, I am on Instagram only right now, on Oyisa_ZA.
Okay. Can you say that again?
Oyisa_ZA.
Oyisa_ZA.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can email me, amanda.sokanyile384@gmail.com, or you can give me a call, WhatsApp me on 061-464-9095. That's how you can communicate with the...
Mandy, thank you so much for joining us on the East Rand Podcast Files, and may you keep shining your light to the world.
Thank you.
And I hope the universe will just blesses you on top of blessings.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thanks.
There you have it, another trailblazer all the way from the East Rand. And from myself and the rest of the team, it's a big thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode here on the East Rand Podcast Files.